Hi, this is Ed with Sapphire Technology, and I'm back with another gameplay video. This time around, Ashes of the Singularity. Now, if you have lived under a rock, you may not know this is a showpiece game for DX12. A lot of the new features from DX12 have been implemented into this game to allow a large RTS to be played and effectively played. Now, in fairness, the system we're using is a little bit bigger, but again, with RTS play, CPU power actually becomes kind of important. For that reason, we're using a 4770K. We're staying at stock speeds with 16 gigs of RAM. And for video, we're showing off the 380X, our Nitro model of the 380X. So we've got plenty of VRAM. We're going to run this at 1080p. Let me show you the settings that we're going to use. So we're going to go into the options here, and we're going to go into the video options. We're in standard setting mode. Now, for the sake of this video, I turned off VSync. I wanted to show you frames per second, but because this is DX12, the regular monitoring software isn't working correctly. It's not showing things as it should. Very frustrating to me because I was able to get Steam's overlay to work in the beta. But this is the final release of the game, and that's not going to work. However, I am, at the end of this video, going to show you some benchmark results using the built-in benchmark. So we got this set at standard level, and we're going to play it at 1080p. Now, what I did was I started a skirmish, and the skirmish isn't going real well for me, but that's okay, because what I wanted to do was show you the gameplay of this. I wanted to show you how smooth it is, even with stuff beginning to happen on the screen. Remember, we're at a 380X, we're at 1080p, we got a pretty good detail level set. We're not maxed out, but we're pretty good. And we're going to play this and see how this looks when you play. Now, this is an RTS game. And what that means is we're going to go here to this saving on Deneb. I think this is the one I did. Yes, it is. And we're going to load. RTS games trace their lineage back to 1992 when a company called Westwood... I need to
Not enough metal.
Move these here. Okay, so we need to start bringing up... We're going to start bringing up another whole army. To do this. I got my army here. As you can see, they're engaged in a firefight here. And you can see the enemy's already got a lead on me here. So RTS has traced their lineage back to 1992, with Dune 2 being the real father of RTSs. For me, the big RTS that caught my attention was Total Annihilation, which was 1997. In 1998, though, came out the RTS that, in my opinion, changed the landscape, and that was StarCraft. Now, I'm not a StarCraft fan, but I can tell you that it changed how people looked at the RTS genre. It was completely different. It became almost a mini religion in South Korea. Okay, let's take out that cruiser and take this spot. And I'm going to move these guys to here. And see, I think this is one of these spots up here that we want to go to. Yes. Okay, so I got to take this spot. Get these into the fight here. Now, what I need is this one to show up here, and let's build some defenses. And then we're going to build some metal production here. And here we got these guys joining in this fight. We're going to take this point. All right, we're going to take this access point. You see, in this game, you got these access points in this particular game I'm playing, and whoever controls them all is eventually going to win the map. Uh-oh, here they come. They're coming back after this one. Now, you can see the gameplay. We got quite a bit going on the screen here, and the gameplay is actually staying very, very smooth. We can scroll in and scroll out smoothly. Let you see the various segments of the map here, what's going on. We're going to take this point, and once we take this point, we've begun bringing more combat troops in. Let's get them over there. We're running low on metal, oh no! Metal and radioactives are the two primaries here. You can see I'm not doing well. The AI is going to kick my butt here soon, I'm afraid. But that's the purpose of this was to show you guys this is a typical RTS. This isn't really anything new. This reminds me a lot of Supreme Commander, to be honest. I'm really looking at this and feeling like we're seeing Supreme Commander. And that's cool though. Supreme Commander was a great game. Let's get them in the fight. Okay, let's bring these guys down this way. Okay, we got the fight engaging from two angles now. But here's the problem. I think I'm outgunned. Oh, holy crap, am I in trouble? Let's get down here and look at the fight here. You can see fighters running around. Look at the lightning. The effects in this game, for an RTS, the effects in this game are fantastic. Okay, is my factories producing anything? They're trying, God bless them. I'm trying to get ships in here to fight this. Oh my goodness. It looks like we're holding our own here. We're going to go down and try to take him out. We still hold that position. Well, so far so good. We're not dead yet. Let me get my fighters engaged. You can see we can scroll back out. You can get a lot of the game world in. The gameplay is very smooth. The ability to scroll in and out of the game is really, really well done. This is, though, like I said, this is traditional RTS play. It's neat to look at. These guys get over there and take that. From a gameplay perspective, I'm not seeing anything really new. This is more of a showcase of the new technologies. And the new technologies are playing very well. We're getting a lot of effects on the screen. Well, not right now. I've managed to take out the... Oh, no! Here we go, here we go. This is about to get ugly. Here we go. Let me pull these troops down here. This is going to get ugly fast! But look at the gameplay effects. The gameplay effects are outstanding, and we're staying smooth. Now, again, I'm only playing at 60 hertz, guys. This is staying really smooth, and this is on a 380X. By the way, the game comes with 380Xs right now, so you definitely want to consider that. This is a really nice throwback. Too many RTSs today, in my opinion, try to do something completely new. This is a nice throwback to the early days of Supreme Commander. There's even some of the feel of Total Annihilation with this, and I appreciate that as a TA fan. Oh, this is about to get ugly. Quick, get my troops up here. Get my troops up here. So we're gonna try to save this. We're gonna try to hold this out, In the meantime, definitely you want to check this out. Again, the gameplay we're talking about here is being done on a 4770K. So I am using a bigger processor, but I'm staying at stock speeds. We're at a 380X. This is the newest AMD drivers, the 0.3s. So we're running the newest drivers possible. We're doing this in DX12. Now, speaking of DX12, let's take a moment here and let's look. So let's look first. And let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull up on your screen right now, we're going to pull up some information for you. We're going to start with the DX12 benchmark screenshot. And what you're going to see is this. The average overall frame rate is about 44 to 45 frames per second in DX12 with this going on. Under light batching or light load of combat, it's going to run around 52 frames per second. Medium loads is going to be around that 45. Heavy loads, it falls to 38. Now 38, though, is still very playable in an RTS. So 38 is going to give you a good gaming experience. That's good to hear. Now let's switch over to the DX11 benchmarks. So the first thing you're going to notice is the DX11 benchmarks don't show as much data. That's because DX11 isn't collecting the levels of data this is collecting. For our benefit, for the pure gameplay experience, let's ignore all that for a minute and let's just look at these average frames per second. So what we've got is the overall average is 39.3. In essence, then, we're seeing a 10% performance boost just by moving to DX12. That's a nice little boost. It's not earth-shattering, but there's definitely an advantage of DX12 coming in here. Under light loads, we're seeing the light loads are about the same, 52 frames per second on both. Under medium loads, we begin to see DX12 flex its muscle because you'll notice we went about 5% up with DX12. Now that may not sound like a lot, but there is a definite show of improvement with DX12 at medium loads. Then we go to heavy loads. Now heavy loads is where DX12 shows why this is going to be an advantage. We went up almost 10 frames a second, or a 30% performance boost under heavy loads. Under DX11 with the same settings, the gameplay was dipping below 30 frames per second. Yet under DX12, it's hovering right at 40. What this means for you is if you look at these numbers, it's a more consistent level. Even all the way into the heavy loads, the ability of the graphics and CPU combined with DX12 and the advantages it's bringing is allowing it to just cram all of this into it and to go nuts and deliver a great experience. If you love RTS gameplay, and this is a genre that's been stagnant for a while, it's starting to see some new titles. If you love RTS gameplay, and if you're an old school RTS fan like I am, I gotta tell you, Ashes of the Singularity is a lot of fun, and Stardock has some really good plans going forward. Remember, if you buy a Nitro 380 or 380X, you can probably, some e-tailers may have it, some don't, but there's a good chance your e-tailer is going to be able to give you a copy of this game with it. So you definitely want to go check it out. Again, I'm Ed with Sapphire Technology. You've been watching a gameplay video of Ashes of the Singularity. Now, if you'll excuse me, instead of focusing on talking to you guys, I'm going to go start this over and kick me some Haley ass. I'll see you all on the next one.